about how growth is important. One of our listeners here, Saram G, is asking, how do I find my purpose and overcome anxiety? Is that something that you want to talk about now, or you want to talk
about that now?
Okay.
We can talk about that now. And it's interesting because I was having that exact discussion yesterday with somebody, and it directly relates to what we've just talked about, what we have just said.
Yeah.
If you have a child who is, I'm not talking about my career now. If you have a child who is talkative and who fights for others. In class, is concerned about justice and that kind of matter.
Yes.
The parents and teachers of that child will look at that child and they will say, this child is likely to be a lawyer. This child will do very well in
true.
law.
That happened to me growing up. Yes.
They will look at you and they will say, yeah, you should be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's because lawyer is the only thing they know. And then you grow up and then you go to law school and you find, oh my God, I can't handle it.
It's true.
I can't do it.
This is not for me. It's true. A lot of cramming, big books. You're like, it's not interesting.
Yeah, but they looked at some feature of you and they decided that's what it could be.
Yeah.
But then now, the fact remains that it doesn't mean that those features you have are only suitable for law. They could be suitable for other things.
Yeah.
So I know somebody. Oh, now I know you as well.
Now you know somebody else.
Now I know two people who actually, those talents were headed to journalism.
Wow.
Yeah, because journalists are good at talking.
Yes.
And they like justice as well.
It's true.
And it turns out, it was journalism.
It wasn't
all this
law.
time.
Yeah.
And there is no way you discover that until when you're in campus doing your law, you volunteer to go and do maybe KUTV or something, some campus radio or something.
It's true.
Or you volunteer to go for a competition, or you get into reading about this new item. Yeah. So for you to find your purpose, for you to find what it is that makes you excited, you gotta get into all these new things.
It is true.
And one day there's a new thing you're going to do, and go like, oh my God.
This is the thing. In fact, we were also talking a couple of weeks ago about things you should do in your 20s.
Yes.
And one of the things we said is that you should try out so many things, and eventually you get to know, this is my purpose. This is what I want to pursue.
Indeed.
And with time, it changes or it evolves to something else, and it's okay.
Yes, I know somebody who planned one wedding and changed their life. They said, oh, I loved it.
Are you serious?
I loved the running around, the looking for the call and the doing, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, this is it.
Yes.
So you've got to try out new things. You got to get into new spaces. You can't just be seated being processed into, in our family, when you finish from 4, you then go and sell at the shop.
Oh, we do SCCAs and CPAs.
I'm not saying don't do them. Do them. There are also new things, but try out something new.
I have my SCCA story. I'll tell you some other time.
We're going to have coffee on that one.
Yes. Let's talk about failure.
Yes.
Now, you have tried this new thing and you put your heart into it.
Yes.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah. John Maxwell and I are fans of failure. Failure is an awesome thing. Now I know I must be like rewiring somebody who maybe has not read John Maxwell or has never had this, but the fact is, failure is a good thing. Failure is such a positive thing. And we've got to differentiate now before we continue.
Okay.
Before you go home and tell your mother your E was a great thing.
Yeah. You don't want to do that and say that some Jerry on hot.
Jerry on hot say that E's are good things. So before you say that, before you do that, let me say there's a difference between failure and a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah? If you decide to not read for your examinations, that is not failure. That is a mistake. You are not an E student. Maybe you're a C student.
Okay.
But you just refuse to read. You just refuse to work at it. And that is why you failed that exam.
Okay.
So that is a mistake. That's not failure. Now, failure is, I am a C student who aspires and says, I want to get an A. All right? And so I get into my books and I read and I work hard and I do what I can do and I get a B. I have failed at getting the A. That is failure. I have failed to get the A. But guess what I have done and why it is positive? I have taken myself to the edge of my abilities.
Wow.
And that is what failure is. Failure is taking yourself to the edge of what you're able to do.
So now you know what you can and cannot do.
Yeah,
and how,
that. You are now expanding.
You're now expanding.
You're expanding what you can do.
What you can do.
You're expanding
Positive.
what you can do. That
Positivity.
child who got to a B is going to get to an A somehow.
Yeah.
But what they're doing as they fail is they're expanding the realm of what they are then capable of doing, and you can keep expanding it and expanding it and expanding it, which is why John Maxwell says, fail often.
Fail often.
Fail often. Fail often, so that you can keep pushing the envelope and expand the realm of your driving, for example.
Okay.
Driving. You go to driving school the first day, you're horrific. You try to balance the thing just goes like...
It's true.
You know, it just shakes up and down, and the instructor is looking at you as if you're the worst thing that was thrown into his car, and he's so impatient with you, you know. But the second... But now, you know something you didn't know. You know that there's a clutch.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you know how to balance.
And you now know how to balance. The next day, you're moving slowly. The next day, every day, you're pushing the limit. The limit of what you're able to do, until one day you are able to do it all.
But let me ask. I mean, the truth of the matter is that there are things we are good at and the things we are not good at.
Yes, indeed.
You know? So math might not necessarily be my strongest hold, you know, my stronghold. So I might push it, but we might never get to an A.
Indeed.
So how do I... should I then tell myself that I'm making realistic goals?
Yes.
I know I'll never get to an A? Yes. Or is that again limiting myself?
No. Now, that's why now you're going to know the difference. Now, the upside of stress. I'm going to quote it from a book called The Upside of Stress. Now you're going to know the difference between when you're pushing the envelope for the sake of it. And that's where now the purpose, the reason behind why you are pushing this thing matters.
Okay.
All right? If now you discover this is my passion, this is what I want to do. Okay? So you tried out new things, you suddenly discovered, oh my, this is it. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. This is how I can do it.
Yeah.
And I have this the potential, the abilities, the whatnot to do it.
To do it.
That's what now you need to be pushing forward. Unfortunately, I want to disagree with people who are maybe just pushing something because somebody else did it.
Yes.
Or you're pushing something simply because you want to get praise from people about it.
It's
true. You're
true.
pushing something, you're pushing yourself and pushing that edge of failure and pushing your edge of abilities for the absolute wrong reason. Yeah? For pride or for ego or simply because you are pressured into doing it.
So are we saying that if you're pushing something for the right reasons, having that maybe umekaa ukaona, now this is my purpose, this is where Lulu can succeed.
Indeed.
That you can push it to its limit.
You can push it to the end. You can push it till you're 90.
Push it. Okay, push it till you're 90. I like that.
Till you're 90. Indeed.
People, remember you can find us on Twitter via the hashtag Raburu and Lulu on Hot. You can also find us on Facebook, my Facebook page, Lulu Saidi. Your Facebook page as well, is it private?
Last time I checked, it was Samuel Njoroge.
The last time was Samuel Njoroge. Samuel Njeri Njoroge.
No, Njoroge is in the middle. Njeri Njoroge is a girl.
Okay, I'm sorry. Also, Njoroge Njeri. Now that would be you.
Yeah.
Samuel Njoroge Njeri. Yes. And we're talking about self-development, something very important. So many of us young people, you know, we're struggling and trying to get things to work out, but we just don't know how, you know. So we need that right push. And that's exactly what Sam is doing for us today.